Hi, in this video we're going to be talking about how to let go of someone. So if you're someone who's stuck where you feel like you're really tied to the past, or there's someone that you're really in love with and doesn't want you back, well, this is going to be the video for you. And if you're just someone who likes learning about love and relationships, or you just watch my videos, fucking great! Look, letting go of someone can be one of the most painful things that you can do. And I'm saying this just because, it's gone through experience, but also working with people as well. And I pay attention to what you guys post on Facebook and things like that, and the comments as well. But letting go of someone when you're in a position where you don't want to can be quite painful. And so in this video, we're going to be talking about 3 ways to help you move on from someone, to let go. But we're coming from a point of love, not from lack. Because truth be told, just before we get into it, love is unconditional. You don't need someone's permission for you to love them. It can be one way. It doesn't have to be reciprocated. But relationships, on the other hand, right? Relationships, on the other hand, they aren't. But relationships, on the other hand, they are collaborative. Love isn't collaborative, but relationships are. So at the end of the day, if the person doesn't necessarily want to be with you, you can try, you can force, you can try and make it happen. And you know what? I've got videos and stuff on that where you can give it a good old college try, which they don't say in Australia. But if you're in a position where you've tried those things and you really feel like it's time to let go, I want you to know this before we talk about the things, before the things get spoken about, that it's okay to feel whatever you're feeling. That if you love that person and you don't want to let go, then fucking don't. Because there's something in there for you. That's the key here. But if there is a part of you that is like, I need to let go, I often think of it like you're dropping weights. You've gone to the gym, you've lifted 2 heavy weights and suddenly it's crushed you. It's time to realize that maybe it's time to just drop a little bit. Get it to an area, or get it to a place where you're actually comfortable in existing. Because when you're in a place where you're feeling a lot of pain, you're like, but I want this person, but they don't want me, and you're in this back and forth. That's what we call split energy. Now, split energy is one of those things. It's like, you want the cake, but you don't want to get fat. So you don't do either and you beat yourself up the entire time. It's one of the most painful places that you can be in. That's why I said letting go can be one of those painful experiences, because you're in a place of split energy. You want the person, they don't want you back, so you beat yourself up, you're not quite sure. And so it's a great way to practice split energy, but it's not a great way to practice happiness. So in this video, we're going to be talking about 3 ways to let go and help you move on. So the first way is to take time to actually feel what's happening. Now, this is what we can consider downtime. This is what we can consider meditation, peace, isolation, whatever it is. But, regardless, and this is the same thing as if I talk to someone who's been grieving. If you're grieving, that's the same thing as going through a breakup. You're grieving. The relationship that you were in, whatever, a part of it has died. And if you're not used to grief, if you're not friends with that emotion, it's going to come off as quite painful. So it's really important for you to allow yourself time to actually feel what's actually fucking going on inside you, which might mean that you isolate yourself, which might mean that you eat a lot of crap and watch a lot of movies. You know what? That's what I do. It's fucking great. But if you're in a position where, you are feeling that pain isn't necessarily bad. That's my biggest gripe with a lot of things out there that often say stuff like, but that leads to suffering and disappointment. And my question is, why is that so bad? When we feel pain, it's an example of how we loved so much, or it's an example of how we really cared. Or, we can't feel that pain if we didn't invest something in the future or in the past. And some people say, but, I guess the next time don't love so much. It's like, no, don't do that. Just understand that they're all there for a reason. All our emotions have a purpose. And so if you fight the pain, if you fight the experience that you're going through, all you ever do is prolong it. I like to look at kind of like a metaphor of going down a river. The river, the emotions, life is going to fucking take you down the river. You're in a boat, there is a current. But if you worry, if you freak out, if you try and change it to be something it's not, which if you're watching this video and you're in this thing, or if you're watching this video and you just like my content, for example, then what's going to happen is that, and if you fight what it is, if you prolong it, if you say, but I shouldn't feel this pain, all you're doing is putting your boat into the river. So all you're doing is putting your boat into the reeds. You're getting it stuck, so you're slowing down the process. So let the pain happen, let the grief happen. If you need to cry, then cry. If you don't, then don't. Whatever it is, it's up to you. And that's the beauty of this whole thing, is you get to decide on how you feel. You don't necessarily get to decide on how other people feel. The second thing is listen to your inner self. So the inner self is just a part of us that I'd often refer to just like a part of us, or the higher mind, it's like a part of us that actually kind of knows what's going on. And I often find that we actually experience a lot of pain when we don't listen to that part of us. You know, there's a part of us that some people call it instinct, some people call it intuition, some people just, I don't know, they say it's, you know, it's just, I knew, you know, when you have that moment, it's like, I knew this was going to happen. It's like, pay attention to that. This is a great example and a great time to do that. Well, for example, if you're trying to look after yourself, which is a great skill to develop, how to look after yourself, it's a great skill. If you're trying to figure that out, right, try and find a part of you. You ask yourself, how should I look after myself? And whatever answer comes up is usually the right answer. If you can't trust your own instincts and the first thing that comes up in your mind and your head, what you do is you communicate to yourself a lack of confidence, that you kind of communicate to yourself that, oh, you know, I had this idea, but it was pretty bad. Why? Because it's my idea, or it's not thought out. You basically punish yourself, this is why then people say, love yourself first. Often loving yourself first means appreciating whatever ideas you have. Even if they're not great ideas, you got to appreciate them. So you got to listen to your inner self, meaning that, you know, if you hear when I say, take time, take time. But if you say, you want to go out, you want to party, go out and party. Whatever it is, again, as we said, that's the beauty of this thing, as long as you feel these emotions. Now, what happens is I find that when people go through a breakup and now they're in a position that, that suddenly where, you know, you got to let go, what we've done is we've attracted that situation. So, you know, it's like almost like you were thirsty, or you needed, or life needed to lead you to this position for you to let go. You can call it God, you can call it the universe, you can call it life, you can call it whatever it is. But whatever it is you're there for a reason. And so what I find it is often it's a chance to listen to this inner part of you that tells you and communicates, this is what I need, this is what I don't need. Because you wouldn't have been into that you wouldn't have been in that situation if you listened to yourself deeper. And this concept I find often pisses people off, right? Because then they say, but I know myself better than anyone. And then I get people on a coaching call where I get them to feel that part of themselves. And they're often surprised because they go, I didn't even know what I wanted. I didn't even know I felt that way. How is that insane? It's crazy. So that's the beauty of it, is that we're always figuring this out. You know, you might know yourself better than anyone else, but you still don't know yourself. That's the beauty, is that we're figuring this out. We're on this journey together. So this is a great chance to listen to that inner self. So the third thing is, realize that there's nothing you can do wrong. And I say this because, again, we want to reward our inner self. We want to reward that part of you that, you know, that listens to these emotions. That if you want to cry, then cry. But if you want, for example, to send a message to someone, it might be the person that you are, how do I say this, that you're trying to let go of, and you want to send that person a message. As long as you're not breaking any laws, I would highly recommend go and do it. Because, and this is it's the nuanced point, it's something that's very hard for me to explain online, and, you know, we'll see how this goes when I put this out there. But it's one of those things that, again, as we said, if you don't trust yourself, if you don't follow your own instincts, who will? You know, this is a great chance for you to connect with that part of you. So if your thing is that you need to laugh and cry, or you need to tell that person, why did you say these things to me? I can't believe it. You know, sure, you might push that person away, but it's really important because it helps you explore who you are, and it's really important because it's more attuned for who you are, and it helps you identify and get closer to your authentic self. If you're not in a place where, or if you do that and it feels ugly, you're like, wow, I can't believe I sent that text message, then great, now you know, but you'll never know until you do it. That's the key here. A lot of people out there will say, don't spam that person, or don't do that. But I say, do it if that feels genuine. And I say if, because sometimes it's not, and by doing it, that's how you discover that it's not genuine. And it's through this process that we figure ourselves out. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you did like this video, make sure to leave a like, because if you did, then I like you. And make sure to subscribe, because if you don't, I'm gonna break everyone up. You know, I have superpowers, I'll do it. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, make sure to go to www.loveonmyterms.com. That's www.loveonmyterms.com. And for more videos, articles, stuff like that, go to www.gethimhooked.com. In the future, I might change it to Get Them Hooked. But for now, it's Get Him Hooked. So thank you so much, and we'll tune in next week for more of this kind of stuff. All right, see ya.